limbs. 8 limbs of yoga. 8 is Asht. And a limb, as we said, is an Anga. And you put that together and you get?
Ashtanga.
Yay, okay. So Ashtanga. Ashtanga yoga literally means 8-limbed yoga. The reason why Pattabhi Jois took his beautiful sequence that he does of asana, the reason why he took those sequences and he called it Ashtanga yoga was as his way of reminding us that this physical part of this practice is part of a bigger picture. Even though I did physical Ashtanga yoga, I practiced it for years. It has not been my practice for years. But this was a man, even though he's known for this physical sequence, who is, way more learned about all this stuff than all of us will be together in many lifetimes. This was something he knew a lot about, and so this was his way of doing his best to take this physical sequence, call it Ashtanga yoga, to remind us that this is just a little bit of a physical part of a bigger practice. Okay? There is confusion when people say, oh, I practice Ashtanga. What does that mean? In our world, remember we did this contemporary history of modern postural yoga. In our world, does anyone feel like they keep hearing me say the word Ashtanga yoga, but they don't really know what that means? Ashtanga yoga is a physical sequence that is an ascribed sequence of poses that is the exact same every single time. There's 5 asanas, and there's 5 visalas, then you do Padangusthasana, then you do Padasana, then you jump to the side, and you do Trikonasana side to side, then you do twisting Trikonasana side to side. The Ashtanga sequence does not have a teacher, classically, does not have a teacher in the room calling out directions to the students. Classically, in an Ashtanga class, everybody is learning the sequence. They are all doing the sequence in silence at their own pace. And the teacher is going over to each student and either giving them the next pose to learn or helping them with their alignment or something like this. There are, I think, 5 full sequences. Most people don't get to 5. You're lucky if you get through the first one. I was sort of like, I'd say about 3/4 of the way through the second one when my body just blew out. So, but like this, it's a beautiful sequence. Much of our Vinyasa yoga tradition comes from this Ashtanga yoga sequence. But there's no sort of doing Ashtanga. You're either totally doing that sequence or you're not doing it. Okay? And that is a sequence that's created by this guy, Pattabhi Jois, who was a student of Krishnamacharya. We talked about that quite a bit yesterday. That's what we call Ashtanga yoga, where if you look at a studio schedule and you see Ashtanga, that's what that will mean. That name was given to that sequence by this teacher / innovator of that practice to remind us that this physical practice is part of a bigger practice. And this bigger practice is what we're about to learn about now.